Hello, my name is Emma and I serve in the Russian River Watershed. Today I will be sharing some techniques of how to go birding and footage of common birds in the freshwater ecosystem here. These birds and their prey are part of a freshwater ecosystem. The Russian River is important because it's home to plants, animals, and provides us with a lot of resources. And we have a great diversity of birds here. When you go out birding, some helpful tools to bring along are a notebook to record notes about the birds you spot. If you have a pair of binoculars, they can be helpful to see birds far away, and a field guide relevant to where you live. It can be a book, website, or an app, and that's how I check my identifications, a field guide. It's important to be patient and listen. Let's get started. First, I found a spot to watch birds. I went to a local park along a river, found a spot to sit, and started looking around. When you spot a bird, try to write down some things you notice about it. For example, what do you notice about this bird? Maybe its color, how big it is, how still it is. These are all good things to write down that will help you identify it later. First, let's take a look at some predators. These predators eat smaller prey and depend on healthy populations of their prey to thrive. Predators can play an important role in keeping invasive species numbers low and are fun to watch. Here is a great egret. It is a big white bird with black legs and a yellow bill. During its breeding season, it has long feathers on its back. They prefer to stand on the edges of water very still, stalking its prey and quickly stabbing its long neck out when it sees food. Its diet includes frogs, fish, small mammals, and occasionally insects and reptiles. Snowy egrets look like a smaller version of a great egret, but there are some interesting differences. It has a black bill and black legs with yellow or orange feet depending on if it's in breeding season, and it hunts prey by running around and disturbing it and then chasing it down. Its prey includes crustaceans, fish, snails, insects, frogs, and aquatic vegetation. The great blue heron is another fierce predator and a fun bird to watch. Like the great egret, it will stand very still and stalk its prey until it sees something to strike and stab. Here it caught a small fish and takes a couple sips of water to wash it down. It's a large gray-blue bird with a black stripe on either side of its head. Its prey includes small fish, crabs, shrimps, rodents, birds, and other opportunistic prey it can get its beak on. Egrets and herons are best to spot on the shallow edges of water and can easily be observed if we are still and quiet. There are other smaller herons that blend into vegetation, so take a second look at the plants around a river, stream, or lake. Common mergansers are large ducks with hooked and serrated bills for catching a slippery prey. Fish. They need to clean themselves frequently, and here a female merganser is fluffing her feathers and most likely puffing air into them as a way to stay warm. And here we see a group of mergansers diving underwater to catch their meal. Sometimes they group up like this, and it's easier to corral and catch their prey. The females and young mergansers have the red heads, while the males have dark green heads. These common predators in freshwater ecosystems are fascinating to watch because they are skilled at catching prey and can be colorful because most of them do not need to hide and blend in from other predators. Ospreys are a type of hawk. They are white and dark brown with a hooked beak and very large talons that they use for catching fish, which makes up most of their diet. They like to spend time in trees over water, scanning for any food. And here you can notice how large their talons are when it scratches its head. A good way to notice birds are to listen for their calls and also look up in trees near a river, creek, or stream, and there might be a bird up there. And there it goes, diving feet first to grab a fish. Another type of bird we see near water is an insectivore. Their diet consists mostly of insects. This is a black phoebe, and some people say they look like they're wearing little tuxedos. They are known as aerial insectivores and dramatically swoop into the air to catch bugs. If you look over ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, etc., you can see a cloud of insects usually. Black phoebes do a great job of managing insect populations by enjoying them as food. Let's move on to a very common and fun bird to watch, a mallard duck. They are considered generalists because their diet is made up of a lot of different things, like aquatic vegetation, insects, seeds, snails, and more. They are dabbling ducks and they hang out on the edges of water or in slower moving water so they can tip upside down to nibble at aquatic vegetation. Another type of bird is a scavenger. Here, turkey vultures are very common and they eat only dead things, and they're great at cleaning up. They have incredible protection so they do not get sick from their diet of dead animals, and they soar in the sky scanning for food. Birding is a fun way to be out in nature and notice our surroundings. The best times to spot birds are in the morning and the evening. And sometimes when we're out looking for birds, we might see some other incredible creatures like this river otter having a great time playing in the river. I hope you enjoyed this video and will have a wonderful and safe time birding.